Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Suikoden. Last time we braved the Dwarven Vault and stole a treasure from them to prove ourselves to the Dwarven chieftain that humans could steal a treasure from them. And now that we have proven ourselves, they've agreed to help us by building a firewind cannon. Now we need to head back to the village of the elves. And that entails going through the dwarf trail again. Now normally I would just skip this place, because obviously we've done it before. However, there are some scenes on the way that I didn't want to skip. And I'm just going to run from everything, because it gives negligible experience now that we've been through the dwarf vault. So, we're about done with this part of the game, and this is sort of the way that the game will function from now on. We'll be given a task, and we'll basically have an area that belongs to someone of the Imperials, a general or someone, a governor or something like that. Yeah, this is a weird typo that I remember from when I played this game before. Kirkus is not saying that. I think this is supposed to be like a marker of, like, hey, this is when this event should fire. But it for whatever reason appears in dialogue. Yeah, what's that? That looks bad. It looks like fire. Yes, that direction is the elf village. So, yeah, that marker fires if we've gone through the Dwarven Vault and talking to the Dwarven Chief. Anyway, like I was saying, and we always have a number of tasks in that area to do. So in this case, it was we had to go, to the Elven Village, then go to the Dwarven Village, then back to the Elven Village, and all kinds of stuff. And doesn't usually take that long, but this is sort of how the game is structured. And I like it a lot. I like how, and usually the tasks are better than this one. Like, this one was like, hey, we have to go through this Dwarven Vault for no real reason. But usually the tasks are something very interesting and usually involve us or something more like LePont, where we got a bunch of people as a reward, a lot of recruits and stuff, and made our army a lot stronger. Usually that's what ends up happening. In this case, that didn't happen with the Dwarven Vault. We didn't get anyone new. All that happened was we had to do it in order to get that guy's help. Uh-oh. Well, this doesn't look too good. Ooh. See why I wanted to go to the item shops here? No kidding. The tree is just gone. Wow. This burning mirror is no joke, guys. Oh my god. Well, we're able to prevent him from doing this to anyone else. That's good. Hey, man. Like, they were idiots. They were overconfident. Nope, be overconfident against these guys. Yeah, that sucks. Poor guy. He's a sad guy, man. Yeah, so she's dead. I mean, everyone's dead in this village. They all died. Because I guess the attack was really sudden. It must have been, but we also know that they had that guy who could run really fast, so I assume that he's okay. But the others were making fun of Kirkus for running earlier, so maybe they probably didn't make it. Yep. Grimia's right. Hope is key. I read a book once about Holocaust survivors, and they said that the difference, it was by this very interesting guy named Viktor Frankl, who survived a Nazi death camp. And the guy wrote a lot about the difference between somebody who survived and who died. And a lot of the difference was, obviously, physical stuff, like they managed to get a little bit extra food every day or something like that. But he said that the biggest one single reason was that some people just gave up on living, and they would be dead within a week. He saw it firsthand, obviously, in the most horrible conditions. But he and several others that were in that camp, they didn't give up. They held on to hope, and they managed to survive, and that's pretty incredible. It sounds pretty cheesy when they say it in games, but if you put it in context like that, it's true. Anyway, that was a little tangent. I agree, we need to defeat Quanda Roseman. At this point, we're starting to get a lot of kind of a little bit of a laundry list against this guy. Yeah. So, the L's are all gone. Now, we want to head back to the our headquarters, but before we do that, let's go back in here. And we'll meet this little boy here. And I love this little boy. His name is Templeton. My god, this is terrible. I wish they wouldn't do such things. Now I'll have to change the maps. Yep. Of course, man, I'd love to. So, Templeton is a map maker, and he joined us. And he's not kidding here. This map is really helpful. He's absolutely right. And we get the Suikoden map. And that's not an inventory item, which is what I like the most about it. It's just an item that we now have that gives us the option to see the world map. And it basically means we won't get lost anymore, thank God. I'm actually going to save here. I'm sorry, I need to save here. I made a mistake. Wasting a little bit of you guys' time, I apologize. But I definitely need to save here. For sure. Okay. Whatever, we don't need to fight these guys. Just let them go. Why was I going to fight them? I don't know. Continue. So now we need to head back to our headquarters. And in order to do that, we have to make it through the Great Forest. And here's this kobold again. Uh-oh. Well, they know Valeria. She's got a price on her head. This is a bit dangerous. This is extremely dangerous. If she turns herself in, will you promise not to hurt the others? Yeah, you know what? First of all, these guys are just dirtbags. Don't trust them, Valeria. Crap. So she's gonna sacrifice ourselves for us, but this is not gonna work. Like, no, stop it. Ugh, crap. So we lose Valeria. Men kill the elf kobold and the rest of the traitors, of course. You just swore to God, but he doesn't care. Yeah, there is no God in these modern times. Everyone knows that. And she just goes with them. And now we have to do some battle. We got Kurumimi, though, who will be totally useless in this battle because he is a short-range fighter. Now, from now on, we're going to be fighting veteran soldiers, which are more powerful versions of the soldiers we've already been fighting this whole game. So, they shouldn't be a problem. We have Kai. Anytime we have Kai on your side, you're pretty set. You can do a little bit of damage here, but actually do a lot of damage. Oof, I was wrong. And it's basically 5 on 5. I mean 5 on 6 because Kurumimi is not helpful. But we have Kai, and this should finish all of them off. Excellent. So now we have to get Valeria. Yay! She's pretty darn capable. I don't think we should have to go rescue her. But we're losing. No, we're not. We just won. You all weak. Kurumimi no give up. Okay. Oh! Matthew! To the rescue! Some fellows calling says the Liberation Army arrived. Oh, crap. Thank God. The cavalry. Oh! Looks like Humphrey's here. And a bunch of bandits. Not through the forest. Yeah, how did you get through the forest? Ah! Sylvina. She survived. Yay, Stallion! Saved her life. Well done. I like this guy a lot. You know what? I do want to hear about your speed. Well, how are you so fast, dude? And you gave him back the ring. This is not time, man. Humphrey and Sanchez arrived as a survivor of the old Liberation Army. Excellent. Now have the manpower to fight Quanda Roseman's army. Please give us the signal to move forward. So, this is the first major battle of the game. One of the game's most interesting and one of my favorite mechanics in the game. So in order to do it, we have to say, all right, all troops move forward. And it becomes sort of a strange little army battle. The battle at Panayakuta Castle. You can see where we are in relation to the rest of the world. So here we are, we're fighting the Imperial Army outside Panayakuta. Quanda Rosman, you'll pay for burning down our village. Liberation Army, conceit, I shall destroy you on behalf of His Majesty the Emperor. This is the first battle for new Liberation Armies. I don't really a lot of the translation in this stuff is sort of bad, but hey, what can you do? Ah, Victor. So I'm going to explain this to you guys. You have commands. There are 3 basic commands, charge, bow, and magic. Each is a rock, paper, scissors type thing. Charge beats bow, bow beats magic, and magic beats charge. Then there are other commands. We have merchants, which are able to convince the enemies to betray the Imperials and join us, which basically drops their men and gives them to us. We have thieves, which are able to check the enemy's strategy and sometimes fails. And we have strategists, which boost the charge attack power. So a lot of times if you find out they're going to use a bow attack, you want to use the strategist in order to raise the charge attack so that you can easily kill them. So in general, you always want to use the thieves at the beginning of every single round, because you want to know what the enemy strategy is. And so that way you have a way of countering it. Okay, so Kryn failed at learning their strategy, so what we ought to do is use bow. The reason we want to use bow is since we don't know what their strategy is, it's like the bow will at least kill some of their men. Even if they charge, it will still do a little bit of damage. So, and then the way it works is each command has different people who are good at those commands, and they are different, groups based on whom you have recruited. So in this case, we have, Mamba, Gremio, and Pan are the commander's team, and they have the attack power of 26. The bow, we have soldier beauties with Cleo and Camille. We have Kirkus, and all these characters will do different amounts of attack power, and they fill out as you recruit more members, which is sort of one of the main reasons you want to recruit a lot of characters, even if they seem useless. Magic, we have Luke and we have Vicky. That's it. So that's why we want to... And the game basically gives you these 2 characters, so that's nice. Because otherwise we wouldn't have any magic attack, and it can be pretty nice to have. So we're going to use the soldier beauties here. And Quanda's attack is a charge, so that's a bad thing. We just lost a lot of troops. But we are doing some damage in retaliation. We lost... Yeah, so we did a fair amount of damage to them. Considering we didn't know what their plan was, that was the best we got. So now we want to use Giovanni, and we want to try to find out what their plan is. Hopefully he won't fail us. Okay, so now we know it's a charge attack, so we can use magic. We're going to use Luke. And this should... They won't do any damage to me. Boom. We just did 3,800 damage to them in one attack, because Luke is a beast, and it counters charge. The only one that does... If I were to charge and they were to use magic, they would be doing a lot of damage. We would have the exact same effect. Same with magic to bow. If I use bow and they use magic, then they won't do any damage to me at all. We'll just be shooting them. So the bow is the only one that can actually do damage to the enemy. So this time I'm going to use a merchant, because I want to get a little bit of guys, and it's useful to use this after a very successful attack like that, because he's more likely to be successful. So it was a big success, so we managed to get 3 of their guys to turn traitor, which amounts to 892 men. That's a significant change. Next, we're going to use a charge attack, because I don't believe Quanda Roseman uses magic very often. And so as a result, we also want to charge up the charge attack with our strategist. So our power is up. Now it'll change to blue like this, and we can notice that the power went up by 13. So we can use our commander's team to charge them. Yeah, so it's a charge on charge, which means it's even. The difference is we have over 3,000 more men with them and a charged up charge attack, so we should win. And indeed we did. That's the end of the battle. Excellent. We won. And now he's threatening to use the burning mirror on us. Oh, great. He'll burn us all with this. Again, it seems like a very strange move for Quanda. Considering that we've learned that he's a defensive general. Ah! What happened? Ah, the dwarves. The Dwarven Windfire Cannon has put to use and destroyed Quanda's burning mirror. But can we defeat Quanda Roseman himself? Find out next time on Let's Play Suikoden. See you later.